Hello everyone, my name is Trooper and welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you guys how to install LSPDFR. Yet again, GTA 5 is updated, which means that LSPDFR has had to do an update itself. And since I haven't done one in a while from the previous 0. or 4.9 or whatever LSPDFR, I didn't do that, so I thought I'd hop in here and do an updated video. Today, it's pretty simple, and actually ScriptTookV updated relatively quickly this time, which is pretty cool. But the first thing you guys want to do when it comes to installing LSPDFR is open up your file explorer and find your GTA 5 main directory. Now, for those of you guys on Steam, I'm going to show you guys how to get to that right now. But for those of you guys on Epic Games and Rockstar Games, your GTA 5 main directory and how to get to it will be down in the description below. But for those of you guys on Steam, what you guys want to do is you're going to want to find your GTA 5 main directory. So you're going to want to go to whatever drive your Steam is installed on. Go to Program Files 86, go to Steam, Steam Apps, and then Common. And here will be your GTA 5, unless like me you have it under a custom directory, so it'll be more or less the same place, just not under your program files 86. Once you've got your GTA 5 main directory, what you guys are going to want to do, you're going to want to right click on it, and then you're going to want to copy it, and then you're going to Control V and make a second copy of GTA 5. This is where we're going to put our mods in. If something does go wrong, you always have GTA 5 to go back to, and maybe if you want to play normal GTA 5 online, which you cannot do when you have mods in your game, then you can just switch back onto that. And then what I'm going to do is then we're going to get on into installing LSPDFR and also making your mods folder after this is finished copying over. So once your GTA 5 has copied over, what you guys want to do is open it on up, right click, and then new and folder, and call this folder mods. This is where we're going to put all of our mods. So if something does go wrong and you do want to get a clean file to replace the one you installed into the game that went wrong, you can go outside of your mods folder and use those files. So always have a mods folder. Do not skip this. Yes, you can install mods without one, but trust me, it is really not worth it. And the amount of times people have commented saying they don't have one or it's not set up properly, this is something you really need to pay attention to. It's not difficult. It's very easy. The thing you guys want to do is grab the x64 folder, grab update, Control C, go into mods, and then Control V, and yet again, wait for it to copy over. This should take a little bit less time, but it is still a pretty big file. GTA 5 modding, unfortunately, takes quite a bit of storage, but I'll cut back once this is finished copying over. Okay, so once your mods folder is done copying over your update folder and your x64, what you guys are going to do is head back to Common and rename your clean version of GTA 5 to just C for clean or just something else completely, and delete the copy bit and make this Grand Theft Auto V. Whatever is called this right here will be the one that launches whenever you load GTA 5. If you launch it through Race Plugin Hook, it will always launch it through this one anyway, but it still needs to always be named Grand Theft Auto V, because that is the text. That detects basically where the GTA 5.exe is. Make sure you always do that whenever you're running it. Now the next thing you guys want to do is hit the first download link. That'll bring you guys right here to the LSPDFR first response. So this is the main mod. What you guys are going to want to do to install this is hit the download link, go to download this file, agree and download, and then install the manual one. This is not an automatic setup. You need to make sure you're installing this one. Do not bother with this one at all. Always use this one right here. Hit download, and then click here to speed it up a little bit. And just like that, it will start downloading in the top right hand corner. There is one more mod we are going to need. Well, there's two actually, but the second mod comes with LSPDFR as a download and never used to properly, but it does now completely. And we are also going to need an additional mod which we install separately called ScriptTookV, which, as you can tell by the name, hooks your scripts so they work properly with LSPDFR, since it does not come with the base LSPDFR mod, and it does not need it. But any plugin, which I will do later videos on, does need ScriptTookV because they are technically classed as scripts. But once your download is done, open up the download folder, and then here you'll see quite a few folders and quite a lot of files. So to install this, what you guys want to do is minimize out your browser, go back to your desktop on your file explorer, go inside of your modded GTA 5 main directory, make sure it is your modded one, grab all these files and deselect the licenses folder, and then simply drag and drop them into your GTA 5 main directory. And this is pretty basic, basically the same thing when it comes to installing any plugins, unless there is something you have to do inside of the game using OpenIV, which we will come to later on at the end, towards the end of the video, so make sure you guys do stick around. But when it comes to installing base plugins, it is pretty simple when it comes to just dragging and dropping it into your game. GTA 5, once you guys get into the swing of things, you can pretty much install any plugin. It really isn't too difficult. Once you've done that, you can now technically load up GTA 5 LSPDFR mod without anything else. You can load it up and get started. But since you do want to improve your experience a little bit more, we are going to go with the couple of extra steps. Okay, so once you've drag and dropped that in, what you guys want to do is hit the next download link down in the description below. That'll bring you guys right here to ScriptTookV. Basically, as I was saying, it's what hooks all your plugins and all your scripts. To do this, what you guys are going to want to do is hit download, open it on up, go inside of the bin folder, and here will be your files to drag and drop into your GTA 5 game. So go back to your GTA 5 file directory, grab both these files here. We do not need this. You can install this if you want, but we're going to install a separate trainer. This is an okay trainer, you know, it works, but I do prefer to use a different one. So just deselect this for now and drag and drop these into your game. And just like that, ScriptTookV is now also successfully installed. So once we've done that, what you guys want to do is hit the next download link down in the description below. That'll bring you guys right here to Simple Trainer for GTA 5. This is really good. It's very easy to use since it's called Simple Trainer, and it has pretty much everything all you guys ever need. This is basically like a online mod menu, which I do not endorse doing. Do not use mod menus in online. But for story mode, you cannot use this in online because since this is an ASI, it goes into your game. And please do not try to, since you will likely get yourself banned. But most of the time, it does not actually let you load into it anyway. But this is only for story mode, so download this and hit the download file again. If you log in, you don't have to go through the 2 download steps. But, you know, there's not much point. Open it on up, and you'll see you'll have another 2 files, an INI and an ASI, which is basically the cookie cutter for when it comes to any plugins. It is the base thing. They'll always have an INI and an ASI, and some will have some additional files, but always drag and drop them in. If you aren't sure, you can always check the README, but I know some of you guys do want tutorials how to do it to make sure you're doing it right. But if you look on my channel, I have over like 370 videos, so I'm pretty sure you can find the one for installing the mod. I've done pretty much a video on every single mod when it comes to GTA 5, and if I haven't, you can always leave a comment down below and I will get around to doing it at some point. So always make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on for future LSPDFR tutorials. But to do this, yet again, really, really easily, drag and drop this into your GTA 5 main directory. And just like that, we have now installed a trainer. There is one more thing when it comes to your adventures of LSPDFR. So as I said, there is one more thing, and that is going to be OpenIV. And OpenIV is basically what we use to grab your GTA 5 main directory and dive a little bit further. This is how we install custom vehicles, custom guns, custom maps. It's just a really, really useful tool, and you definitely need this when it comes to LSPDFR. I have had quite a few questions when it comes to OpenIV, if you need it or not, and whether you can just use your GTA 5 main directory in your file explorer. If you go into update and then you go into x64 and you go into DLC packs, you can go in through here and you can pretty much get as far as here, but then you cannot get into these DLC.rpf folders since it is not something your computer recognizes. That's what OpenIV lets you do through a separate app. So that is what we're going to install now. Okay, so this is a little bit complicated since the actual website for OpenIV is pretty much broken. So I have found a way around it that does let you install it without having to use their broken website, but it is still having to use their URL. But I'll leave this URL down in the description below. But instead of actually going onto the website, this is basically like a shortcut straight to downloading it. Just copy and paste this into your search bar here, into your URL browser bit, and Control V, and then click enter, and it will instantly start downloading it. You guys do find if you go onto the OIV install website and you click download it, it will not do anything. In fact, it will take you straight to an error page. So this is how you get around it. It's very simple. Just make sure you guys always do that, or just keep an OIV setup.exe handy if you do ever come around to deleting it and reinstalling it. It's always useful to have it right here. So hit save, open up the exe, select English, continue, accept the terms of the agreement. You can read them if you want. Not really that much, but I don't advise not reading them. You know, always make sure you read all your rights and everything like that. Hit continue, and then click continue again, and then click yes, and then pretty simply it will install OpenIV. It's just an exe. There's something you have to drag and drop into your GTA 5. There is one more step that we have to do that can sometimes get a little bit complicated, but I have actually already shown you guys how to do that in the beginning of the video, but it is again finding your GTA 5 main directory. So to do this, now you can open up your OpenIV, And if you select Windows on GTA 5, it's going to give you a little pop-up here. It will only do this once unless you reinstall OpenIV, but we are going to have to find your GTA 5 files again. As I said, Epic Games and Rockstar Games, your GTA 5 main directory is down in the description below. But Steam, yet again, I'll show you guys how to get to that right now. So go to Browse, and then go to whatever driver Steam is installed on. Program files 86, go to Steam, wherever Steam is, there it is, Steam apps, and then common, and choose your GTA 5 folder, unless you have it under custom directory like me again, which is pretty much the same place minus the program files 86. But grab your GTA 5 folder and then click select folder, and then it should get a little successfully GTA 5.exe version, and then the version can work with this file. So yet again, as I said earlier, as long as it is named Grand Theft Auto V and it can find a working GTA 5.exe, it should work perfectly fine. Hit continue and continue again. It says don't forget to back up your files, which we already did, unless you skip the mod folder bit, which I highly do not recommend. And pretty much all my tutorials and all the other tutorials on YouTube always recommend to use a mods folder. I haven't met one person who doesn't. I have met quite a few of you guys who do not have them successfully or properly installed. So once you're inside of here, this is where I said if you go into mods, you go into update, X64 and DLC packs, choose a DLC pack, go to DLC.rpf, and you can actually go inside of here, which is how you install vehicles and gun sounds. So if you guys do want to know how to do that, you can check those out on my channel. I'll leave a little information button. And there is one more thing, actually, what you guys are going to want to do is when it comes to actually loading your GTA 5, almost completely forgot about this. What you guys are going to want to do is go to GTA 5 main directory, go to ragepluginhook.exe. This is where we'll always launch it through now, wherever we're using mods. Always launch through ragepluginhook.exe. Double click it, and it should get a little pop-up like this. It's going to say, please read the disclaimer. You can read the disclaimer if you want, or just hit accept. And then it's going to load you through a couple of steps. And if you wait a couple of seconds, you should be able to see here that you have a nice little menu. You will not go through this all the time. Once you've done this initial setup, it will instantly launch GTA 5. But what we guys are going to want to do is change this plugin timeout threshold to 60,000. As it gives the plugins a little bit more time to load and stops the game from crashing, which is a little bit of a frequent thing. Even if your game is completely fine, sometimes plugins will crash, but it's just a way of modding since they're not meant to be in the game. Go to load these plugins on startup, select LSPDFR and load all plugins on startup, and then you can successfully hit save and launch, click OK, and then it will load your GTA 5 from your Steam, your Epic Games, your Rockstar Games, whatever you're using, and just like that you can go into LSPDFR and you can start your LSPDFR modding career. So if you guys did find the video useful, if you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please be sure to check out my channel for a bunch of other LSPDFR tutorials. I'll leave a little information button in the top right hand corner for videos that you guys want to view next if you do want to carry on modding LSPDFR. Pretty simple. Just click that little information button and check out the videos to come. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers and goodbye.